What's going on? Sean Severs here, and today is day 4 of me recording. I'm doing this for many reasons. One of the reasons is I'm about to start podcasting again, and it's going to be around my brand rather than another brand. And so, for those who don't know who I am, Sean Severs. I'm in chapter 27 of my life, and I'm currently a marketer. I add additional revenue to business owners when it comes to paid advertisements, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Come out and see a client. Hey, shoot the content. We'll have content for the next 20, 30, 40 weeks, etc. But today, what I wanted to talk about is essentially what the end of 2022 is looking like. So right now it's July 9th. Shout out to my buddy Joseph. His birthday's today. And I'm on my 4th day, and we're almost done with the year. It sounds crazy. Like, we're literally almost done with the year. And every single year that has passed, I've become more detailed with what I intend on getting done and affirming and most importantly executing on those things. And this is a progress report that I'm putting out to the public for the first time. Like, I usually make videos like this, but I don't necessarily share it. I might, as time goes on, of essentially evaluating where I'm at in my life, how I feel. And I've done that over the years. I got videos going all the way back to 2016, 2017. But long story short, just moved into a new penthouse apartment, with my business partner. It is crazy, this view as you see in the background. And it's so motivating every time I walk into this apartment. Coming from where I was to where I'm at now, to who I'm or surrounded by, to the things that I am accomplishing and continue to cross off the list, and how big my imagination goes when it comes to conquering life around my friends, my family, and overall creation and acquaintances. And it's July. I am starting a podcast in the month of July. It's going to be called the Pinto Podcast, and I'm really focusing on the media side of conveying my message and my value out there to the world. My perspective is most important. I feel like everybody's perspective is important because everyone you can learn from. I think it was Abraham Lincoln. He says, I often learn from most people, but often what not to do, if I'm not mistaken, as far as who said that. And regardless if you said it or not, but the quote is what's most important. And that is what I see me podcasting. That's what podcasting has enabled me to do. Over the years, I've done podcasts for brands that weren't necessarily representing me, but I was being an advocate and representative of the brand. And I saw my acceleration of speed go through the roof. It was insane how fast I was growing, how fast I was growing as an individual and speaking. And it took me up 2, 3, 4 notches in terms of who I am as a person and me executing and communicating, which is most important personally as far as what I feel. And so the Pinto Podcast, personally, everybody has something pent up inside them. And the difference is there's some people that are willing to share those things. And so I have conversations, and I know a lot of people that have a lot pent up inside of them that needs to be shared, because by sharing it, it's going to be a byproduct of helping somebody make a decision of going left or right, or saying they can or can't do something. And this podcast is going to be an archive for many people, hundreds of thousands, millions of people, hopefully as time goes on, to consume this content and help them make a decision from going from point A to point B. Because honestly, I truly feel and I believe the biggest solution to a lot of people's unhappiness or depression is being in a constant state of creation. And if you can do that, you can put yourself into a consistent frame of thought where you're consistently progressing. A lot of people stay in the same spot. I've even been there where I'm like, I can't even, like, I've been feeling like that as of recently. I would say in the past 3 to maybe 6 months, things have been moving. A lot of pressures have been on me, and there's some days where I don't feel like getting out of bed. There's some days where I just put so much doubt into what's happening despite the momentum and what is occurring. And I even have to tell myself and put myself on the road of progression. One of the things that have been consistent when it comes to progression is me working out. and I have built my momentum and my habits on the habit of specifically working out on a consistent basis into my business, into my relationships with my friends and families, and those that I work with. And so, again, going back to the point, this video, I'm really talking about what's happening this year. A lot's happening this year. Podcast is going to be launching. I'm going to be shooting to do at least 2 episodes a week, starting with 1 a week. I'm going to be soon making a list of those that I want to interview. I've already had some people say yes. It's going to be here in my apartment, and I'm just waiting on my equipment, so that should be happening within the next 10 days. Also, my brother is having a kid, which is insanity, and it's exciting, and all at the same time. And my sister, she's going into her senior year as a high schooler. She's gonna be graduating 17 years old, which is also insanity. And so, and then I am also, in the next 12 months, be helping my grandmother get out of Detroit, which is a great thing to say, and I've been affirming it more and more as I work towards a plan of helping her go into her next chapter, which is this is a beautiful thing, because if you don't know my grandmother, she's 73 years old, 72 going on 73, and she is as sharp as they come. I say if she was 23, and she has so much energy. She has the highest standard and expectation when it comes to work, which I attribute my family tree as far as where I get my work ethic from. And she has a lot of life that she's lived, and she still has a lot more to live. And it starts with helping her get out of Detroit, and that's what's happening in the next 12 months. I'm excited to say. And yeah, that's what's happening right now. A lot of things are moving. Business is going from point A to point B to all the way to Z. I have more credibility than I could ever, wish for to get myself to the next level. I have a lot of talent around me where individuals listen to what I say, and we execute things on a consistent basis. And it's a beautiful thing to see flourishing, to see the leadership that I've grown into, and it's about to turn up. It's about to turn up where I'm specifically in a leadership position where I paint the vision of, life as I see it, and I put people in a position of power, and I bring that dream, and I bring gifts out around me with those people around me, with the tools together and collectively to really paint my image and my stamp on this earth. And then I'm also preparing to lift at a deadlifting competition in October, which is a great thing I'm eyeballing. That's like 16 weeks away, where I'm going to be shooting to deadlift as close as I can to 602 pounds. Another thing that I'm affirming that I'm working towards, and I'm also letting the world know, at 165 pounds. I might go over, but we'll see. My metabolism is now enabling me to gain weight, but objectively right now, lift over 600 pounds, 602.5 pounds, to go ahead and have the nation's record for deadlift for class 165. And that's what's happening. These are things that I'm working on, and yeah, every day isn't perfect. I've been in a heavy mindset of ponder and thought, and life just keeps moving. It just keeps moving, and it's very interesting. And what keeps me focused is putting my energy on creation. And so far, that has been the answer. Creation and being there for people, being there for my family, being there for my friends, and making sure my health is optimal, so I can continue to live and see another day, live another day, enjoy the next day, the current day. And that's the game right now. That's the game that I'm playing. And starting this year, the podcast is happening. That's going to be big. The competition's coming up, leaving my grandmother out. And another thing I wanted to talk about, it's very interesting, is I'm not necessarily sure as of right now where dating stands on my radar. I'm open to dating. However, how I intend on approaching dating isn't normal. I appreciate women who appreciate women. And what I mean by that is I have a lot of women in my life. And it's very interesting to understand why and why that is, and understand what my future looks like. I do intend on having children, many children, and I intend on supporting those children. And I'm at a very interesting crossroad on, why that is. And so that is something that I'm deciphering. That is also it's something that's interesting. It puts a question mark and an explanation point on it as I say it. And I'm okay with where I'm at right now in that state, in that point. One thing I pride myself on is having good intent. And I have good intentions for those that are in my life. So whether that be dating, whether there be my acquaintances, my friends, family, etc. And that's what I hold most important, how I treat those that are in my life, and continue to treat them and be memorable of who they are as people, and making sure that those around me are progressing. And this is what I'll end with, as this is coming up on 15 minutes, just under, is if you're going to be around me, just know this: if future self is watching this, or future kids, or somebody I might be in a relationship with, or relationships with, if you're going to be around me, growth is priority. Who knows, that might change in years to come, but as of right now, my ambition is very high. I have a lot that I need to accomplish and cross off the list to make more room for other things to accomplish. And that is who I am as a person, and nobody can take that from me. If somebody gets in the way of that, respectfully, it's just not gonna essentially be where we see each other eye to eye, or we're gonna be in each other's life. And it feels good to say that, because I've never vocally said that. I've just felt that. And I think it's important for the world to know, when they come across Sean Sievers, this is who they're dealing with. And if you are looking for growth, if you're welcoming growth, then stepping into my realm of activity is going to benefit you, and vice versa. I want other people that push me and help me grow. The only reason I say that, if you're going to jump into a world to grow, because I'm always looking for growth, whether that be into other individuals, other people's successes, or models of what they're doing. That's just what's happening. So just know that's what I'm chasing, and just know if you're going to enter my world, that's what's going to be a reality. And yes, today's July 9th, 2022. I'm excited. Lots happening. This is the 4th day of recording, and hopefully whoever's watching this, you got some type of value from my POV of how I consume the world. So I'm going to end with that, and yeah.